Ammo, you strike me as a man who is just walking around with so much freedom. I've seen the tail. You show me your tail. You're just a cool dude who is happy being himself, right?
Yeah, I definitely am. I've went through a lot to be able to be myself totally, and I had to walk that path even when it wasn't. It didn't make as much sense to people and things, and that was a. I went through the point of the most resistance when it came to it, but I've always stayed true to being me. I've always stayed true to expressing myself. Even when I started boxing at 19, it was my own thought, and I knew I needed to have something that would give me a canvas of total self-expression. The only way I could get that was if I did something, that was risky, something where you had to put your life on the line. I'm able to totally express myself because look at what I do. Going out, fight in front of crowds of hundreds of thousands of people, I feel like I've earned that right to myself. No one in the planet can tell me I can't be myself. It's like, what? Look at what I do for others. And then look at my message after I do what I do. Doesn't matter how vicious the knockout is, doesn't matter whatever happens, you see who I am after, and my message is always the same. Telling people they can be themselves, they can do whatever they want to do, believe in themselves, things like that. You go and you just do some research on me, look at my history, it's been the same all the way through. And I feel like me being able to express myself the way I do is my blessing. That is the universe, the world, giving me my gift, my roses. Because I'm happy when I walk around, with my tail, I know I'm being who I am and I'm growing into something. With my pants on, the colors, people know that I'm an artist. I paint, I draw, I do all these things. So why would I not show who I am? Why would I not grow in the direction of who I know I am? And when you're growing in the direction of who you are, it's an infinite growth. Because now it's a self-exploration. You get to know yourself better, So that's why I always encourage people to do that.
Your energy reminds me of Deontay Wilder. He has a similar kind of energy as well. And I saw something actually on your Instagram story where it was a picture of you two and you said he gave you some advice. Was it something like that? What do you look at him as, like a kind of big bro kind of figure?
Yeah, you know what? I looked up to Deontay Wilder. I look up to Deontay Wilder. I've been a fan of him since I began boxing, which is almost a decade now. I'm in my 9th year of fighting, so I've been a fan of him. This is my first time meeting him, and it was kind of just a gravitational pull. He came up to me and just started giving me knowledge, and it all was along that line. It's about being myself and believing in myself, believing in who I am and totally expressing myself. He even took it to the point of saying, not many people in the world do what we do, And he told me about the backlash and stuff that he's got from being so self-expressionate, from saying things that were probably a little controversial to the public eye and things like that. He told me about things he had to go through in order to continue to be Deontay Wilder and to be the entity that he is today. And that was just perfect information for him to give to me. I think when you become a spiritual person or you achieve a certain level of awareness in that realm, you just know who needs to hear that knowledge and that information. It was just beautiful. I just sat back and I was quiet and I listened because it's a rarity where someone like me can seriously listen to somebody through experience. He's been where I want to go. He's done what I want to do. He's in his own way. And I believe in the things he says, so I'm just an open vessel receiving everything he said. And when you get to that level also of understanding, it's not all about the words. Even though he's saying these beautiful things to me and he's, articulating these things that will help me in life, it's the way that he's presenting himself. I'm seeing the way he stands. I'm seeing the confidence in how he talks, how he projects his voice. Everything is, is something that I can receive because I'm walking the same path. And just seeing, the world in retrospect in that regard where it's I see him talking to me, and of course, at a certain point in time, I'll be talking to other people the same way. It's just beautiful to. It was a beautiful experience for me, and it was a lot of fuel. Deontay Wilder told me, "You're doing it, man. Keep going. You, Austin Williams, Ammo. I know who you are. Keep going. I know you're dealing with this, that, and that. I know what comes along with it because I've been through it. But keep going." That was probably the highlight of this trip for me.
Look, that's big. Look, and he's clearly a guy that you look up to. Yesterday, you had to look up to somebody else. You faced off with Hamzah Sheeraz, your opponent on June the 1st. Big guy, 6'4" for middleweight as well. Powerful guy. What did you think about him?
What I think about Hamzah Sheeraz, I think he's a great fighter. I've been excited to fight Hamzah Sheeraz since September as I scope the landscape of the division. I know that middleweight is in a period of time right now where a lot of the fighters there are developing. It is a beautiful division to come. You know, a lot of people try to say it's lackluster and things like that. No, it's just a developmental period of the middleweight division. About a year and a half, it'll be one of the hottest divisions, as it always is. Boxing is an ebb and flow. Divisions arise and they go down in time. And I seen, as I was scoping that out, that Hamzah Sheeraz was the guy who was on the same kind of trajectory as I was. So I started telling Eddie Hearn I wanted that fight. Not because I'm looking for an easy fight. If you know Ammo Williams, I always go for the hardest tasks and challenges. That is why I was interested in fighting Hamzah Sheeraz. The size, the power, that's pretty much what I see from him, is the size and the power. That was something that I wanted to show, what my skills could do to someone like that, because I have a lot of experience with fighters of his caliber. And in order for me to re-spark the flame in the middleweight division, I have to take out guys of his stature, guys with his sort of backing and following, and the people having a belief in him. So that when I got to face off with Hamzah, I was just very proud of my manifestations. I'm proud of where I am, and I'm excited to show the world the level that I'm on, because I truly believe that I'm levels apart.
He says that he thinks he does everything better than you. Mm-hmm. What do you do better than him? Presumably you don't think he's right, so what do you think you do better than him?
I believe, I just believe he doesn't have the experience that I have. I feel like he hasn't had any pushback in his career. So the things that he, his performances and the way that he's able to dominate these fighters and things like that, as a fighter, I can see spirits. I can see a fighter's spirit. I can see when they come in already defeated. I can see when a fighter really comes in with a true belief that they'll win. I can see that so clearly in the body languages and stuff that I had to study. He's never been in a ring with someone who truly believed they would beat him. They falter. These guys falter. And it's just no comparison when it comes to that, because I know the energy of a fighter that comes that way, and they don't give you 100%. It's a submissive type of guy, So with me, I just believe that my character will shine through. I always fight better with the better opposition. I always fight better with people who bring more to the table. He'll see. He'll see that the levels apart. I talked to him in the face-off, and we were talking about amateur boxing. And he was saying he didn't have a good amateur career because he was pretty basic in the amateurs and things. And I asked him a question about that, but he didn't want to talk about amateurs. So I continued to say, as much as you want to skip past it and say it's pro boxing, being a top-level, world-level amateur does provide a lot of knowledge at that fast pace of boxing and figuring guys out, speed, chess, devising plans with a limited amount of time and things like that. And if you don't have that, there's cracks in your foundation that will arise. Just like anything else, they say Rome wasn't built in a day. That is the truth. You can skip to steps, you can have success, you can use your physical attributes or whatever and be dominating, but you'll find someone who's a true strategist and someone who did check all the boxes from the very jump, from the building of the foundation, laying of the concrete. I just know that is what will shine through at the bottom. that is what will shine through when the fight gets hard. That's what will shine through when he sees that I'm not a person that falters and my spirit doesn't change. I don't submit at all whatsoever. The fight can be as tough as it has to be. I'm going to fight tooth and nail no matter what. Things like that start to show up when a fight gets tough and your natural instincts have to take over. That's where people make mistakes. That's when you have to count on the foundation that you've built over years and the steps that fighter has skipped. That's where those little mistakes start to show up, and a guy be like, you know, I never thought in a million years I would make this mistake. No, it's not that you made that mistake. It was a person with more knowledge made you make that mistake. And that was just very interesting to me, and something I was happy to hear that him and his team kind of brushed over the fact of like how important the amateurs are in the building of that base foundation, because that told me everything I need to know. That also told me how serious he takes the sport, because yes, it is hard to be a great amateur. You're not getting paid a lot. You're not getting paid anything. You got to find a way to do it. The fights are very hard because they're quick. You're fighting athletic guys. And to maneuver your way to the top of that system, it takes a mental fortitude that is bigger than just the fight. You got to get to the right tournaments. It's an investment. It's things of that nature. It shows me how important someone took the sport from the beginning. So if they skip a step, oh yeah, it might have got you through to 19-0. Nothing has shown up yet. But then you get in the ring with someone like Emma Williams, who has checked all the boxes. So when the fight gets tough and it's gritty and stuff like that, oh, I know I can pull this out. I got this experience, that experience. I fought this guy, things like that. So
I'll tell you, this is a very well reasoned argument from you. It's quite intriguing to hear. Frank Warren's picked him as his captain, though, so he's clearly backing him to get double points, and he must see this as the best possible pick as his captain. What do you think about that?
I'm happy about it. One thing that I have not been able to show in my career now is coming in a fight as a true underdog. I haven't been able to show how my spirit shines in that sort of nature. I'm happy. I'm actually inviting that. I've been waiting for that moment where it can be like, he's supposed to lose, and on paper, he's supposed to win. It gives me an extra spark of life and makes it more fun for me. It's like it's more to take. The reward is bigger, you know what I mean? I've been on the side that Hamzah's on in this fight where it's kind of like leaning towards him, or he's kind of touted to win. Of course, he's the team captain. He's the one who's supposed to get the double points and things like that. It's a mental game that comes along with that as well. But I've been waiting for the opportunity to be the underdog, to come in with something to take. He's higher ranked and things of that nature. It's just perfect timing for me. So I'm happy that Frank Warren made that choice. It's going to give me another edge in the training. It's more to prove. And not in an insecure way, but in a way of, I want to show the world who I am. I'm ready to show the world who I am. I'm ready to swing the pendulum of the crowd who might believe that he's the one. He's coming out on the A side, things like that, and then boom, I take something from him. That's just an extra bit of excitement that I have for the fight. So I'm happy that Frank made that decision, and also too, I'll be able to have one of the most pivotal fights of the team. So that gives me a even more. It just gives me all around extra energy.
Final thing, he's on, I think, 14 knockouts in a row. Obviously, he's unbeaten. Why are you different to all the other guys?
Oh, the reason why I'm different to all the other guys is it's everything. I mean, it's who I truly believe I am. It's my spirit, it's my soul. I looked him in the eyes and I told him at the face-off, I said, you're going to experience someone who was born for this. I'm a true middleweight champion. When God made me and he put a label on the top of what I would be, he put middleweight champion of the world. And I know that in my spirit and in my soul, everything in my life aligns for that to happen for me. It's all that I know, And you saying, oh, calm down, stuff like that. I can't. This is my being. This is who I am. And you'll understand the difference between a good curated career, fighting the right guys, knocking them out, hitting guys while they're on the floor and things like that, which I don't respect. and things of that nature, you'll see the difference between a true middleweight boxing champion of the world and you. And he didn't have anything to say. And it's just an auric energy that I gave to him right there where he knows. It's so much different. It's so much deeper than just, oh, I punch faster than other guys, or I have more power than. It's not that. It's an energetic feel that he's already felt.
Amo Williams, been lovely to meet you.
Thank you very much.
Okay. Can you show us this towel as well? Just give us a twirl, I guess.
There's some lean on the jacket, by the way.
Fantastic. Fantastic. Austin Amo Williams, goodness me.